This is the Night Owls Disc Golf Podcast. I'm Shane.
And I'm JP.
JP, how you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah, doing okay. Yeah. It didn't break down in the driveway. It's just stopped.
Yeah, for now.
For now, yeah.
It's just not been a good vehicle week. That's all.
It's actually kind of funny because I, too, like I said, have a vehicle in the shop.
Yeah.
So I was like, I just give you one of mine, but I'm only down to one now.
Yeah. We could very well be down to none.
That would not be good.
No. I mean, we have so much stuff going on that we need to have a vehicle.
Yeah.
So
well, you have three vehicles as well, right?
Yeah, just not all working.
Not all on the road.
Yeah.
Is that the only one that's on the road right now?
Currently, yeah.
Wow. All right, then.
Yeah.
Well, it'll make it home.
It'll make it home, yeah. But, I mean, we got to go to Sturgeon Bay. We got to do some other stuff this week that...
Hopefully pick up your other car in Sturgeon Bay.
Exactly.
Well, if you need a ride, let me know.
Okay.
I should have my car back tomorrow. It's done. It's just down there.
Oh, right on.
All right. So what else did happen this week for you?
What else happened this week? Well, is our neighbors had some family come up to visit, and they have a young daughter that's like 6.
Okay.
So she's been over like the past couple of days playing with Lulu, and she finds that really exciting. And
very neat.
what else? Went to fireworks last night because it's Freedom Fest in Sister Bay, and then
why'd you throw up air quotes? Freedom Fest.
Well, because it's not 4th of July,
Right.
Like it's kind of one of those weird times. Like, why are we having fireworks? And I don't really know what goes on during this festival.
Yeah.
Because like it doesn't seem like there's anything going on.
I want to say, didn't it just start because there were so many fireworks over 4th of July, so they decided to do Freedom Fest, and then it just stuck?
I think so. I think that's what happened.
Yeah. It was kind of like Marina Fest, which was like a celebration of closing the marina, and now they shut down the city for a day.
Yeah.
Like, essentially, same thing.
Pretty much, yeah.
So,
it's kind of wild.
Yeah, it is neat.
Yeah, right. Other than that, not too much else.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Not much else either. Just like the folly of broken vehicles. And mine's brand new. Well, it's like a year old.
Yeah.
And air conditioning went out. Can't have that.
Not during summer.
Not during summer. So had to get that fixed. And of course, it has 6,000 miles too many to be under warranty.
Oh,
anymore.
no.
Yeah, so that's how it goes.
Oh.
But other than that, went to a softball game. Now, this is going to get into disc golf. So for those of you that are listening, I'm going to rotate it into disc golf here.
Yeah.
Went to a softball tournament and walked around just listening and hearing, and dads and coaches and parents of all sorts, and how they speak to the athletes, but also how they speak to the coaches and other parents. It is nuts. It is nuts. So this is going to bring me into the disc golf question.
Okay.
And I'll parallel it back and forth.
Yeah.
So for any of you that are out there that are dads that have travel league athletes, doesn't matter what sport, you'll relate to this, and you may have some good insight to it. But similar, and especially being a coach, how young is too young to start pushing your child/athlete?
Guess what? I just had... No, seriously.
I like this.
I just had a conversation about this the other day with Mark Helscher. He's a personal trainer.
Okay.
He is starting what I would call an athletic, like, conditioning, weight training program for Gibraltar, because Gibraltar doesn't really have one. So he's going in with, like, in the mornings, a couple days a week, and developing this program for, like, volleyball athletes, football athletes, and everything right now. So basically, it's something called, I think, EDTA. Is that what it's called? Something train. I forgot what the exact acronym or whatever it is. So basically, what it was founded in some state, and he says there's 36 or so states in the United States that currently have one. per state, and then Canada, he said, has a really good one. But basically, what it is, it lays out like the groundwork. Like at say 4 years old is when you want your kids to start playing, doing as much stuff as possible, just like sports, getting active, all that. By the time they're 8, you want them to kind of start getting into competitive sports,
Okay.
leagues where they keep track of score, like rules are starting to be put into place and everything. By 12, you want to start almost specializing in
Okay.
a sport where, you have an idea of position that you play and everything, and then you start specialized training. A lot of kids up here, we don't have well, I shouldn't say kids aren't specialized. They might excel at one sport over another, but a lot of kids
They're not specialized.
But they're not specialized,
No.
right?
Yep.
And then by 18 is where, obviously for males, is like your physical, like you start peaking. That's when you start maturing, and you go. It's like 18 to 27 or whatever. And he said at that point you should have a solid idea of what you're doing, and then fully going for it. Females, they can start a little younger. He said by 12, that's when they should really start with the weight training and like really getting into that.
Right.
And he said Gibraltar by far is unfortunately really far behind in all these aspects. And I think there's probably a lot of other schools that are
Right.
as well. But yeah, just a interesting conversation to have with them.
Do you agree with that assessment?
Yeah, I kind of do, because with soccer right now, we start them at the kindergarten level, which is 4 and 5, and they just kind of go and kick the ball around, do drills and everything.
Right.
By the time they're 6, that's when they start getting into the more competitive games. Not highly. There's not a lot of rules. There's simple rules put into place,
Just
and then
put the ball over there.
Right.
Right.
No hands or whatever the sport is. And then, I mean, it's funny because I do see a lot of athletes, not like our kids' age, that are out, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do, work on their things. And there's other kids that aren't. And so it's tough, but I kind of agree with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how does it translate to disc golf? So the reason why this is pertinent is because of Junior Worlds.
Yeah, right.
So Junior Worlds, if I remember rightly, the youngest is 8.
Okay.
If I remember rightly, that's the youngest that you can start.
Dang. Oh, I got PDGA up right now,
Yeah.
actually. Let's go take a look at the event page.
Now you can play. Anybody underneath 8 can play 8. I mean, so if a 4-year-old wants to play, they can play.
Right.
But I think the youngest division in Junior Worlds is 8,
That's crazy.
if I remember rightly.
Yep, FJ and MJ 8.
Yep. So here is my take on it. And this is disc golf because I've seen it out there as well. And this is most travel sports and even just like colloquial. How do you say that word? Even just sports through school, just regular sports.
Oh, yeah.
Just playing a regular team sport.
Yeah.
So we talk like there's kind of those 3 levels. There's just the organized sports, which are at school level or whatever, and then you have the travel sports, and then you have the individual sports where they're going off and competing in whatever.
Okay.
So I will probably wholeheartedly disagree. Once you get up into that 12 to 14 range where you're saying you have to specialize in a certain thing, I disagree because let's be real. There's a very finite population that is ever going to go anywhere for sports, right?
Oh, yeah. Right.
So for you to waste the potential impact that a certain sport or a certain coach or a certain team can have on you by really focusing on a certain sport in a certain position, I think is kind of, it's a waste.
Okay.
Now, if your goal is, like my daughter's goal is to play D1 softball, and she knows exactly what school she wants to go to and all that stuff. Now, if that's her goal and that's what she wants to do, I'll support her in it. but I'm never going to push her to do that, nor would I expect any of like the school to ever push her to something like that.
Yeah.
That's her choice,
Yep,
right?
exactly.
So when we talk about disc golf, you get these 8-year-olds out there competing, and we've all seen it. We've all seen it. If anybody has played anywhere around juniors, there's always that one parent that's out there that is living vicariously through their child throwing a disc. How do you feel about that portion of it? Let's take the individual, like let's take that portion of, like let's take the athlete. So what the athlete desires is what the athlete desires, right? So whether they're 8 or they're 18, if they want something, they're going to play hard for it. Like good for them, right? I think we can agree on that. So like if your child or anybody else's child is like, this is what I want to do and I'm focusing on it, like go for it. I think we can all agree that that's awesome.
Yeah.
Because that's on them.
Right.
They're not being pushed to do that. How do you feel about it when it's the parents doing it? Because they're seeing this pattern and they're going, this is what you should be doing. Why aren't you doing this yet? I'm glad you brought that up because I've heard that before.
That's tough. I mean, if the kid, see, I've reached this with two because I'm really glad Dempsey's playing soccer because I played soccer and everything. And I'm trying to encourage him to get out, and right now he's just not being very active like he wants to. But like, you have to do these things because preseason practice is coming up like within a couple of weeks. He's going to pick up like open like runs with the team and everything. It's not an official practice. I was like, and he's been playing, but it's like, okay, you need to be out running. You need to do all these drilling, right? Doing stuff to sharpen your skills before the season. I mean, you have a small amount of time, but I don't want to force them into it where all of a sudden it becomes overkill fatigue,
right?
And you just get burnt out from it. That's really hard because all of a sudden you're taking the joy away of something they love,
right?
And turning it into a job.
Yep, absolutely.
So that's really tough.
Yeah. Well, and let's be real. Now, men and women are a little bit different. So your son compared to my daughter, there's some different aspects to how they play sports. Gabby is very much about the social aspect of the sport.
Okay.
Like she doesn't want to play the sport, whether she's good at it or not, if she doesn't like the people she's playing with. I would assume Dempsey could care less. He just wants to play the sport.
No, actually.
Really?
Well,
okay.
Okay. No, that is true. He does want to play because he wants to play. But the other day, he didn't want to go to pickup because one of his friends wasn't going to be there. And this is very tough because he sometimes feels like he needs to have that emotional support. But then he went, and there's a bunch of incoming freshmen that he's played with, and he's like, yeah, it was fine.
Yeah.
Well, if you know these kids, like, it's not. He gets nervous about being around older people. He like the other day, he went up to get ice cream, and I was with him, and then, he's about to. I was like, "What do you want? Tell." And then he's like, "I want."
It looks you over to you like that.
Yeah, I'm like, "What? What'd you say?" He's like, I was like, "Okay, he wants whatever his ice cream was." And he has a real tough time communicating with people out in the open sometimes. Yeah. But then when he's with his friends, he's perfectly
no issues whatsoever.
No issues, yeah.
So it's funny you bring that up. Side tangent story. Not like we're already on one, but there was a point where my son did that. What I want to order. Then you're not getting food.
Yeah.
And literally, and this is a bad dad. No, I don't think it was a bad dad moment because he's never had this issue since. But it was like ice cream. It's not like I starved my child, but he wouldn't order. And Gabby did it like everybody else did it. All right, buddy, what do you want? Well, I want. And I go, well, tell her. No. I was like, you're not going to get ice cream then.
Yeah.
And he ultimately, we went back and forth, and I go, okay, we're good then. And no. And he just started to freak out. And I was just like, this is on you. Like, if you can still order, we're going to be here for a little bit. Like, if you want to order, you can. He would not order. He thought we were bluffing. All right, time to go. And then he melted down even more.
Oh, man.
So he still remembers that. I'm like, hey, what do you want? He goes, don't worry, I'll say it. It's the funniest thing in the world. So he learned his lesson. Now, that could have been very traumatizing for certain kids. So I don't trust, like, I don't take my advice with your child. You know your child, like, or your nephew or your brother.
Yeah.
Like, you know your child. But that's one of those things. It's just like, I just said, no, I'm not. This isn't going to be when I'm like 30 years old and ordering for my child, you know, or when he's 30 and I'm ordering for him now. It's not going to happen.
Right.
Like, you got to order, and he'll never get 30 and order for him. But so back to disc golf. Do you think that some of these things that, and I'm curious because I know some of the event organizers, do you think that some of these are that where they're forcing their child to do something even though they don't want to do it?
I do think that parents will sign their kids up for events that are like, you don't know until you try it.
Right.
That kind of situation, you know, well, you like playing, so why don't we throw you in this to see? Now, most of these kids, I think, that are in Worlds receive invitations, right? Is that?
I'm not sure how it works.
Because, I mean, that's how
That's how every
It
other
works. Yeah.
Worlds
yeah.
works.
Yeah. So I was just, you know, I don't know if you, that's something to look up, I guess.
Right.
But I bet there's some parents that the kid maybe receives a letter and he's like wishy-washy. He's like, well, we're just going to sign up. And then,
Right.
you know, when time comes around, he's like, well, did you make your decision? Do you want to go? Or we're going, you know?
Yeah, and I think that's appropriate. I think that's a order your own ice cream moment.
Yeah.
Like, you got to step up and do this, but when is enough to enough? You know what I mean? Like, and that's why I say, like, how young is too young? When is enough to not enough? Like, with those type of things, with these younger 8-year-olds that are out there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
let's say they get, because I remember my son was 8 years old when we took him out disc golfing. He got 4 holes in. I was like, this is awesome. Because that was the most he'd ever played.
Well,
straight.
right. Most kids don't have the attention span
No.
to last that long, or the endurance to,
Right.
you know, last, you know, a couple holes, or, you know, they get tired and they're like, well, I don't want to carry my bag. I don't want to do
Yes.
this. And all of a sudden you're like,
Well, now
All
we're
right.
out here.
Yeah.
We're in Emporia, Kansas. This isn't like,
oh, man. 8-year-olds throwing in that wind. Oh,
I
man.
know. Well, and you know, how do you manage all that stuff once they're out there? How far is too far? How young is too young? Like, and so when I was out, because I had a conversation with somebody, and then I was like, oh, that's cool. And I didn't even realize Junior Worlds was going on until I had the conversation with somebody. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then while I was sitting at this tournament with all these young ladies running around of various ages, I'm listening to some of the dynamics of the parents and the coaches, and I'm just like, is this fun? Like,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
I'm looking around just like, is this really fun? Like, when we're yelling at kids about swinging at the wrong pitch when they just started off of coach pitch, you know? You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
and these girls are like, some of these girls are whipping pitches. Like, they are throwing hard.
Yeah.
And these girls don't have a chance to think about if they're going to swing or not. They're just swinging and hoping they hit the ball, right? And sometimes it's above their head. And I think that, I feel like with Junior Worlds and disc golf, I think that's one of the cautionary tales, because I've witnessed this happen where a junior really didn't want to play, but he was being forced to play.
Okay.
And it's just one of those, like, man, like, dude, what are you doing? Like, I understand, like, you have to force your children to do things that are uncomfortable, do the hard thing. But I don't think forcing them to satisfy your need is a good idea. And I think a lot of times parents miss that sometimes.
Yeah.
They think they're doing the best thing for their kid when in reality they're living vicariously through their child. So that's a hard thing. And I think as coaches, we see that a lot.
Yeah.
And maybe not so much right now because I'm not actively coaching, but in the past when I coach, like, you see it so often where, like, parents are yelling in the stands at their kids about stuff, and you're like, dude, seriously? You are supposed to be their cheerleader. You're not the one supposed to be breaking them down. Like, they're doing that themselves. You're supposed to help build them back up, you know? And so that's one of those things with disc golf. I wonder how much of that is prevalent in Junior Worlds. Just curious. I've never been there, so I don't know. So that was my question for today.
All right.
All right.
That's interesting.
Good enough discussion topic.
It is.
Tied into what we were doing. So
Yeah, absolutely.
why not? So we will talk about Krokhol. And then we'll talk about the announcement of Paul McBeth retiring
Yes.
officially. Maybe. And then we'll talk a little bit of Junior Worlds. Well, actually, I don't know if we need to talk about it because
we just went through it.
Yeah. So, but Junior Worlds is happening. Starts the 15th. So they've been having like all the fun competitions, like junior, like distance competitions, putting competitions, and stuff, working up to it right now. So the actual competition starts officially on Tuesday. So keep an eye out for that one. All right. You want to go into Krokhol and then we'll talk about P. McBee?
Sure.
All right.
Excuse me.
It's not late. What you're talking about.
No, I know. Yeah, so we had the Krokhol Open in Sigurd, Norway.
Okay.
At the #1 disc golf course in the world.
Ooh, that is, yes.
So to speak.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. That's what they say.
But hasn't that course also been slated for destruction for how many years? That they were going to change it and remove it and get rid of portions of it, and isn't that the truth?
I think so.
I feel like it's been going on since like 16. They were saying they were getting rid of it. It was going to be
That
the
could
last
be.
year.
That could be. I mean,
I didn't hear it this year yet.
no. I didn't hear that either. I do know that they put in new baskets because Kyle Klein complained about
That they're still garbage.
That they're still garbage. Well, it's funny enough too because their disc golf park baskets made by Discmania is
His
sponsor.
And he said they're still bad.
They're still bad. So unreal.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
he managed to finish tied for 4th. But
Yeah.
anyway, so let's go into we'll start with MPO. I didn't get a chance to watch too much of it. I watched the lead first round, and it was Ricky and Gannon, and I forgot who else was on the card. Ezra, is that right? I don't remember who else. Anyway, I really like the course. It was fun. It's nice. It's got like that mix of wooded, open. Some of the tees, or not the tees. Some of the greens, I will say, like Circle 1, there was quite a bit of woods to contend with, some things in the way in Circle 1 that I was kind of surprised. I was like, oh, yeah, you got down in this like little valley, and then all of a sudden you got to pitch up to the basket and you're behind some trees or some bushes, and there's like, what hole was it? Is it 8? Not the one that's got like the island in the middle. Do you know what I'm like?
Yes,
it's
I
like
do.
it's the green. Maybe it's 9.
I think it's 9.
Yeah.
Yes.
And no, 9's really short. So maybe it's 8. I think it might be 8. But anyway, I don't know. There's like some really good tunnel shots that I liked. I don't know. It was a fun course. And what I really liked too is that the baskets had wood chips around them. Mm-hmm. Kind of like made an island and everything. So not a lot of heavy skips going on out there. Once you hit the wood chips and everything.
Right.
But I thought it was fine. It's one of those European tour events again where it's on
This is
super early.
Part of the festival, right? Technically, is that what they're calling the European? I mean, disc golf festival.
No, European Disc Golf Festival is a totally different event.
Okay, that is a different event. Okay.
Yeah. That's the next event happening. Because I saw Valerie Mondahando. She's over there playing. That's the one with the big stage, like the big band show that they throw off of, and then they come back down to it. 18 goes back down towards it. So Ben Calloway ends up winning this event. He went into the final round with the lead, 10 under, Lori Litton in 9 under, Ricky in 8 under, and then Jacob Blair 7 under. And then lo and behold, we get a 3-man playoff at the end. Jakob Semerad, Maury Villeman, and Ben Calloway all shot 22 down. Maury, a lot of people shooting 10 down. That was the hot round for today. And then they go to a 3-man playoff for 5 holes. Now, Maury ended up getting out after the first playoff hole. So they played 18, which is one of the longest holes on the course. It's almost 1,000 feet.
Yeah.
And they ended up going birdie, 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 and then Jakub parred. And Ben Calloway took his first DGPT Tour victory.
And what a great place to do it, too. I mean, What a beautiful place.
Yeah.
I know. Geez, Ben Calloway's been around for a long time. I'm trying to think of, because he was a Lat 64 guy for a little bit, or has he always been a Discmania guy?
No, he's Discraft.
I mean, he was a Lat 64 guy.
He could have been. I don't remember.
Because remember, they always talked about him being one of the best dressed
Yeah, I mean,
for a long, long time.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, he dresses pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, pretty exciting. You're out in Europe getting your first DGPT win. A lot of people had to say that, and Hunter was one of them, Hunter Thomas, that going back to 18 for 5 holes in a row,
Yeah.
a little boring. I would agree.
Right.
Right? You should have mixed it up. Maybe, had 18 go to 1, 2, or, 16,
Right.
17, 18. Give a different flow, get some different type of shots. Because at this point, you're going back to back to back. You're just throwing the same shot over and over, hoping
Yes.
to, you're just kind of praying that somebody messes up, which
Right.
is what happened.
Yep.
I mean, there's nothing really forcing either of them to do anything drastically different.
Well, right, and it's more of a war of attrition.
Yeah.
Not the best disc golfer. Like, how can I throw really hard again, and then putt?
Yeah,
And then how many times can I do that in a row?
exactly. Yeah.
That's what it seemed like.
Right.
And how many times? Because, I mean, let's be real. 18, there's not that much danger. I mean, there's danger. But not that much danger. Yeah. It's a pretty simple for pros. I mean, for us, it'd probably eat us alive. But for pros, like, it's a pretty simple hole. So I would agree. I mean, I think having a little variation in the shots, I mean, it makes it better to watch.
It does.
It makes it a little better to watch. And even if it's just a 3-hole loop,
Yeah.
but it'll make it better to watch.
If you're the camera guy, you're like, well, at least I'm not traveling anywhere.
Exactly.
Throw cam, catch cam. I'm just chilling here all day, I guess.
Yeah, just make it easy that way. I mean, geez.
But I mean, to go from walk back, like you get down to 18, they're like, well, we're walking back and doing this again. We're walking back. They got their steps in for
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Holy moly.
But I mean, yeah. I don't know. There needs to be something different. At that point, like, how many holes are you going to go? Are you going to go a full 18 if they keep going and going? Like, it's a marathon.
Right. Yep. That's all it is. So I don't know if it really shows the best disc golfer. Like I said, I think it shows the fittest, most consistent disc golfer for one hole. Like, I don't know, because it doesn't show any shot variation. It's the same shot over and over again. So you're not challenging these 3 men very well.
Yeah, because I mean, they're just going to go back to the team. They're like, well, throwing this disc again.
Yeah.
I'm throwing this
Throw the same one again.
Throwing this again,
It's like, we know we're going to do this.
Yep.
Man, yeah. So, but it's cool to see it in a 3-way playoff, especially with so much separation in the field, except for at the top of the card. I mean, there's a lot of variation in the strokes. Like, so.
For shizzle. And then on the FBO side, round 1, we had Cadence Burge in the lead. She's on a heater. Throwing the course record, 7 down. And then Holland Hanley right behind her. Matilda Ringbaum. And then Silva Saarinen. And then round 2, which I watched a bit of. I ended up falling asleep during it for a little bit. Silva storms back with a 7 down. Holland leapfrogs Cadence. And Cadence didn't have the best round, second round. She shot 5 over. And I was watching it. I was like, yeah, she struggled.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She struggled mightily. And then Kristen shot a 2 down to kind of leapfrog a couple spots. And then final round, dang it, I hate when that happens. I did it last week. So.
Just so you know, it's 10 o'clock here when that shot goes off.
Exactly. Cadence ends up shooting the course record again with a 9 down. But Holland Hanley ends up holding her off, shooting a 4 down to win by 4 strokes. And then from what I saw today, kind of the talk of the tournament. Oh, wait, is this? Kristen struggled mightily on the putting green today. She was 5 of 12 from C1X, and she was 1 of 6 from C2. And so I was on Disc Golf Fanatics Facebook group before, and he was just kind of making some comments about, her struggling from C1X, C2, and then Emily Weatherman had commented that there was a lot of kind of, she said, dangerous greens. I would kind of occur, there's some greens with some interesting angles, that you can get in trouble with them. I mentioned the shrubbery and foliage around Circle 1. So, I mean, if you find yourself in that, you're definitely not getting out easy.
No. Well, and I mean, some of the highlights, if you go back and watch the highlights and everything, I mean, Kristen stays right in there with it.
Yeah.
But she, like you said, she just doesn't seem to make connection with the chains when she should, or when you think she should.
Yeah.
Now,
she didn't have a bad round. I mean, she shot 6 down. She was just not as hot as other
she
people.
could have done a lot better.
Oh, yeah.
She could have done a lot better. But yeah, to see Silva Saarinen and Holland Hanley kind of battle it out for the first probably 6 or 7 holes. They were kind of neck and neck.
Well, yes.
Silva actually went up on her a little bit.
She did. Silva had the lead on in the first 3 holes. Holland parred the first 5. Silva had a 2-shot lead. I shouldn't say 2-shot lead. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she had a 2-shot lead, and then she ends up bogeying along with Holland on hole 6, and then Holland gains those 2 strokes back, and then just kind of never looked back. Silva kind of played up and down on the back 9 from there.
Yeah, she came within a stroke a couple times, but outside of that, I mean, Holland Hanley just kind of walked away with it at that point. I mean, she just kind of kept her foot on the gas pedal, and let's just say how right we are about Holland Hanley. Like, she's killing it, man. She's doing so good. Like, one of the better players in the FPO division. I mean, I think she's in the talk of the top 3. You can make that argument, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think you can make that argument.
You could say that right now, for sure. I would say it's probably Kristen, her, and you could, maybe throw Evelina in there, or Silva's been playing well. I don't know, but Cadence has certainly moved up into like the top 10. You could say she's top 5 maybe right now.
Yeah.
But you can't take it from Holland. I mean, Kristen was at this tournament. You can't say that she won.
They were on the same card.
Yeah.
That pressure's right there on her.
Exactly.
And Kristen just didn't put it all together, is all.
Right.
She was coming off the tee. Her upshots were good. Like, it seemed like everything was working as well as it possibly could, but just never put it completely together. So, but it's like I'm watching a little bit of the highlights right now, just kind of catching back up on it, because I was able to watch a bit of it while I was away this weekend. And it's cool to see how far and how awesome these ladies are making the sport look. Like, I will not lie, 5 to 6 years ago, I was just never really impressed watching the FPO field.
Sure. Sure.
Like I said, I felt like I was just watching myself.
Okay.
And it's not something like I don't want to learn from somebody that's as good as I am. I want to learn from somebody that's better than I am. And when I watch disc golf, that's a lot of what I do. I watch disc golfers to see the type of shots they're making and stuff. But I think now, they're both of them. I can learn just as much from either one of them anymore. Because some of the shots that these girls are throwing, these ladies are throwing, it's just outstanding. Like, I'm watching these just fly, and like, there's no way I can throw it like that.
Yeah.
Like, anymore. Before, I was just like, why? Like I said, why do I want to watch myself? My game. I don't want to watch that. I want to watch somebody that's above me so I can learn from them. Not anymore.
So I was watching the Ricky had a practice round with Annika and Sten, and I watched that for a little bit. But MDG had Kristen and Katie Tati for practice round there, and she broke down holes. You watch Jomez practice round, and they're kind of like, okay, here's hole this, OB here, whatever, and like, let's see how it plays out or whatever. And then Kristen really got into, okay, I'm focusing on landing here, throwing this shot
Right.
here, missing the OB, this here, here, here.
Yep.
And like she really broke down what's inside her head and what she was throwing during these practice rounds. It's like, wow, okay, that's really cool.
That's awesome to listen to.
Yeah.
You know, because you get to hear what's in the mind of a pro. A person that does this is at the top of the game. Mm-hmm. It's so awesome to hear it. You know, Paul McBeast did that for a little bit. You know, and he just never stayed consistent with it, like actually saying how he's doing things or why he's doing things.
Yeah.
Like when he did his like practicing and stuff when he lived in Florida for the first year. I loved it because I'm just sitting there thinking like, oh, that's why he does that, you know, or that's how he becomes how as good as he is. And to hear that from Kristen now it's awesome too, you know, and I didn't see that clip, but that sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
To be able to listen to how she's processing the whole, you know, because when I play competitively, I'm more focused on the things that I don't want to do rather than the things that I should be doing.
Yeah, right.
So I'm always like, okay, just make sure I don't throw it left. I'm happy with anything else. You know, like,
Yeah.
So let's not talk about my real golf game, but disc golf, I'm just like, hey, don't hit that tree. Like get past these 3 trees. Like that's it. And I'm happy with it from there. I'll figure it out once I get to the disc, you know. But it sounds like what you were saying is that they're like, no, I want to put it right about here on the left side of the fairway to make sure that I have a good upshot at it. You know,
Exactly.
There's some holes, like some courses where I know them well enough where I can start doing that stuff. But man, that just seems like how they play. And they're pros. They should.
Yeah,
They
right.
should.
Right.
And if all of them aren't, they should be. They should
Exactly.
be. So that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad that came up. All right. Well, congratulations to Handley and Callaway.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Anything else on those?
No, I'm still not really convinced that course is number 1 in the world, though.
No, I'm not convinced that a lot of the.
I mean,
top,
it's a great course,
Right.
And I liked it. I like watching how it played out and everything. But I'm just not like, wow, that really seems to be challenging people. Or
Well, I mean, it goes.
it did a little bit, but
Yeah,
not
it goes to
terribly.
the same of like Rolling Ridge. Rolling Ridge for a long, long time was like number 3 in the world, and then
Now it's like number 7 in the state, or so, you know, it's like
Yeah.
it's high, but you know, it's dropped down a little bit.
a lot. Yeah,
Yeah,
And I just think it's fanfare. You know, I mean, I think it's there, and the votes it gets by the population that's there, like that, all that stuff helps because
Sure.
it's a popularity contest. It's not an actual course quality contest
yeah,
for
right.
these. So
Yeah.
it's just a popularity. Like, ooh, I like this. Go vote it for me. Go vote it for me. Go vote it for me. You know, and that's a good thing. I mean, that's a good thing that they are voted number 1 because they can continue to put this money and effort and time into these events.
Well,
Right?
I think it's one of those things where people are okay. Bucket list, go see what it actually is, and then you decide from there.
Right. Exactly. I mean, Chad Dubois. Like, do you know Chad?
I think so.
Okay, he lives up here. He lives in Sturge. Well, I don't know if he lives in Sturge.
Yeah, I've played with him a couple
Yeah,
times.
yeah. He's a Synergy guy. He does like HVAC and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But they took a trip over there.
Oh, really?
And I called him one day because I was having some issues, and I was like, "Hey, Chad, can you help me out?" And he goes, "Well, I'm in actually." It's like I'm on Krokhol right now. I was like, "Shut your face!" Like he was there playing, but that's what it was. He just took a boys' trip.
Yeah.
And they went over and played all those courses.
Well, that's like the Badgers disc golf team went and played Ale.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was super cool a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it's funny to see that stuff come up. And you're like, dude, that is so cool.
Yeah.
so cool. So, but it's neat to see that, and I'm no harm, no foul, but to really call it truly the number 1 course in the world, no, I don't think so. There are plenty of courses in the United States that are, I mean, amazing. Like you think about like Beaver State Fling. Some of those courses are absolutely wonderful. You know, and you think about even Toboggan, very novelty, but what a cool course.
Sure.
Like, what a cool course. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of some others like Idlewild or, you know, on and on. Some of these courses are just gorgeous, gorgeous, you know, and I don't know. I don't know if I can think of another place that I don't know. I don't know why that ranks over everybody else. Now I've never been there. I've never played it.
Yeah.
So who knows? But
Get on Udisc and just read reviews and be like, oh, okay, that's why.
yeah, exactly. You know. But then you hear these like deadly greens and stuff like that, and you're like, well, really? Is this going to be the best course there is? You know, because I mean, you think about even Eagles Wings Crossing, like, or Eagles Crossing. Sorry.
Yeah, Eagles Crossing.
Eagles Crossing, like, that's a wonderful course. It's beautiful, scenic, like great reception. Like the holes are laid out well. There's good variation. There's water. There's elevation. Like there's greens and tee boxes and like, man, that's a nice course. Like, why is that not higher up? And why are we not playing Pro Tour on it? Still, once again,
I mean, it's the
I hear it's the owner, but
right. That's the big issue. Is the owner.
yeah, but man,
I mean, they did get the Go Throw Tour. You know, that was able to be there.
Yeah.
But I just don't think because I'm sure they bent to whatever he said. I don't think the Disc Golf Pro Tour would do that.
oh, sure. Well, they just want good courses to play on,
Yeah.
you know, and they don't want to duplicate. They want to duplicate as little as possible, you know. But like, I don't know. But Milo McIver and that course, like, think about those two courses. Like, they're awesome. But, and then Krokhol, like, I don't know. Once again, you have to be there, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you just have to be there.
It's just tough because wooded courses like that, I think around here are pretty common. I mean, they probably are in Norway and Europe as well.
Sure, yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's just like, you know, we think the United States, and this is one of those comparison things that you have to kind of keep into consideration. People from Europe think we're crazy that everybody has a car
Yeah, right.
until they get here and they realize that
Things are so far away or
exactly. Like for us driving to Green Bay, we've just driven through their entire country. You know what I mean? Like, and that's like a Saturday afternoon for us.
Yeah.
You know, it's like not a big deal for us to drive hundreds of miles. Whereas, you know, you go through, yeah, lengthwise they're longer, but I mean, you drive across these things and they're what? 140, 180 miles wide, you know?
Yeah.
So you think of some of these places and there's not a lot of land. And there's a lot of people, not as many as, you know, some areas, but there's still a lot of people, not a lot of land. So if you get a swath of land like this that they can put a disc golf course on, it's beautiful, it's managed well, like I get it.
Yeah.
I get the popularity behind it, you know. But it's just like if we were able to get a really, really nice disc golf course up here, that'd be kind of a big deal.
Oh, it would.
You know, because
sure. Yeah.
you can't get land up here. You know, it's just kind of the way it is. So we're very fortunate we have the land we do for the disc golf courses, you know. So, yeah. So, cool. Krokhol's over. On to the Disc Golf Festival.
To the Disc Golf Festival.
On to the Disc Golf Festival. So, and Junior Worlds.
Yep.
And so did Beaver State Fling also happen this week?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I was looking at the PDGA Live events. It's like, oh, Beaver State Fling, A-tier. It did happen.
Well, I was like just searching through, just trying to find like who was on the lead card of Krokhol the first round.
Yeah.
And then I come across like Beaver State Fling. And I don't recognize any of the names.
Well, like I see Scott Withers is there.
Sure.
Ty Love. Let's see who else. But not too many. I saw Zoe Andike won for FPO.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And she beat Taylor Chosek.
No clue.
That's Disc Tay. The girl.
Oh, okay,
She's
okay.
from Oregon. She's, bombs.
Okay.
I'm trying to see who else. Not a big field. There's only 13. But, it's one of those things where Beaver State Fling wasn't, because they had the Northwest Disc Golf Championship. So Beaver State Fling was taken off of because it was a Silver Series at one point.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
just the way things work.
Yeah. It happens. All right. You want to talk about the retirement of the GOAT?
Yes.
So Paul Macbeth has officially said he's retiring. You heard it here first, because no one else has talked about it at all. Maybe a few people.
Maybe a couple.
Maybe a couple. All right. So Paul Macbeth has talked about at 40 years old, he wants to be retired. He's officially 35 years old. So he says he has 5 more years left and he's going to give it everything he possibly can for the next 5 years and wants to cross the finish line
At full speed.
at full speed. It's kind of a goat thing to say.
It is, right?
Because he's like, I'm not doing this MP40 thing. Like, I'm hitting 40, I'm out. Deuces.
Yeah.
I'm going to go make sports cards.
That's a good thing. That's an interesting thing to fall back on, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, he already has the company, part of the company, so
Yeah.
why not?
So it's interesting that he says this, taking it on full speed. And so what is he doing now? You're not? I mean, I'm not saying he's like
Baby.
relaxed. Well, right. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to get easier because the baby's going to get older and, a little more independent and everything. So, I mean, but it's probably not like when, we saw the videos of Simon going to Paul's house and at 2 a.m. he's on the treadmill or,
Right.
that kind of thing where he's like, well, I'm sleeping and Paul's out here training. It's not
Right.
McBeast mode anymore. It's,
Well, you never know.
I mean,
You never know. People hit their midlife crisis at different times.
True.
Right? And I think Paul's already bought a sports car, right?
Right,
He already has a sport. I wonder if he still has that.
that's a good question.
I'm curious. So he's bought a sports car. He's on a beach in Florida, right? Mm-hmm. He has his wife. He has the kids, the dog. Like, he's becoming domestic, right? So, he's got his company. He's got his foundation. Like, now he just feels like he needs to prove that he's not soft. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not a dad anymore.
But I mean, he's kind of done that this year. He's shown up at tournaments and
He hasn't done anything.
Played good rounds, but then he falls back.
Yeah.
And like we've talked about that numerous times on here. Mm-hmm. And is it a conditioning thing? Is it mental? Is it there's no solid answer as to what or why these things are happening. There's only speculation.
I think it's a dad thing.
It probably is.
I mean, as well as I do, like, kids change your life.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, and for people that are like, oh, it's temporary. As soon as I'll be right back to it, like 18 years,
Yeah.
and then hopefully you still have your health to be able to do it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think all of us, I'll speak for myself. I realized too late that I needed to do better about taking care of myself while I was a dad. Mm-hmm. And I think that's important for a lot of people because, for me, I just became a slob because I'm throwing up air quotes for those of you that can't see us, which JP's the only one who can see me. So
He's giving me the finger, really. But
exactly. But I give up the air quotes that I'm giving everything to my family, right? I'm prioritizing.
yeah.
But man, it is so important to prioritize yourself also, your health, for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you want to be around for those kids, right? And you're putting all this time, more air quotes, into sacrificing for your children. Like, a bunch of baloney. Like, why don't you live for your children? Stop sacrificing for your children. So, now that I'm off that soapbox, like, I think that is something that Paul Macbeth is probably realizing sooner than I did. And he just wants to get back to it. Because he knows it's temporary. I'm going to, murder myself for the next 5 years. And then after that, I'm out because I got $10 million.
Yeah.
Plus some.
I hope in the process of him saying he's going full speed, he doesn't push himself to the limits where he's injured and then all of a sudden, if it's something serious, he can't come back and then he throws off his plan or whatever, early retirement. Mm-hmm. And I'm also curious if once says he's retired, if he gets that itch, what's going to happen? Is it like, well, I said I wasn't going to do it, but can I still, there's probably the burning question in the back of his mind at some point. If he does, he's like, well, I see what they're doing. Can I still compete? Do I go play MP40 or not?
Right. Or do PEDs consist of peptides? And he's just going full bore with like the GLPs.
Oh.
And he's getting like into the peptide therapies with the healing peptides, like all these peptides that are out there.
Yeah,
now.
right.
And there's some really amazing research on these things. And it's not a steroid. It's a peptide. They're different, but they act very similar. They act
There's
very,
this little
very similar.
gray area where
Exactly. So, maybe because he's old enough, like testosterone, like the TRT and all that stuff. Like he might be at that stage where he's like, I'm about to get yoked.
he's like, I gotta call Frank Thomas.
Exactly. Yeah. Got to get Barry
And she'll
Bonds.
like it too.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, the big hurt.
And I guess yeah.
Oh,
the big
man.
hurt field.
But some of you old guys
him
look at
and
that.
Doug Flutie and those GNC whatever Total T commercials.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Gen X Total T.
Dude, if you put Doug Flutie's marketing campaigns together over the years, like between his Flutie Flakes, you remember the Flutie Flakes?
Yeah.
And then his TRT stuff that he did for GNC. And didn't he do like was there like a Budweiser commercial or something like that?
I don't remember.
Or maybe it was like Pabst or like, what's that Canadian beer? The Canadian
Molson?
Molson. I swore there was something else he did.
No, there's another Labatt.
Labatt Blue. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking Molson, or I was thinking some other blue, but Labatt Blue, I think, is what he did.
Okay.
Man, you put his stuff together. And then he had the NASCAR one too, where he actually just advertised for NASCAR. He was trying to
really?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
You got to go back, man. Flutie was the bomb back in the day.
Yeah, he was.
I don't know why we're on Flutie. How do we get on Flutie? Oh, TRT.
TRT.
And Macbeth.
Yeah,
Okay. They're going to be, so they're for like some young people. What do you think? You probably have to be in your 40s to know who Flutie is, right? Maybe 35?
Yeah,
Maybe
I would think so.
Yeah, so Doug Flutie used to be a super tiny, like a mini quarterback. He was like a pocket-sized quarterback.
Yeah, I think he's like 5'10", maybe. If you're lucky. Go Doug Flutie, obviously Boston College.
Not obviously, but
I mean, that was his big highlight.
Boston College. And then he played for the Oilers?
Bills.
The Bills, that's
For a little
Bills,
bit.
That's right. Yeah.
He kind of bounced around for a couple
He was in
teams.
CFL for quite a while, then he came back to the
right.
NFL. So yeah, he was kind of a big deal, and then he was on a box of Flutie Flakes, which were the Wheaties comparison, but in Canada.
Yeah, he played for the Stampeders. Whoa, this is crazy. Boston College. Then he went to the AFL, like the
Arena Football League.
no, not
Oh no, the American Football League.
right with the Generals, and then he
Yeah.
played for the Bears, Patriots. Then he went to BC, which is like British Columbia Lions, the Stampede, the Argonauts, and then he came back in '98 with the Bills, and then he went to the Chargers, and then the Patriots.
Yeah,
Crazy.
that's a lot of teams.
So
the only disadvantage that Flutie had was his height.
yeah.
It was just hard for him. He had to have an impeccable line, and they all had to be really short.
What do you think about offensive line guys now? They're like 6'7",
Yeah.
3.
6'7". That's for you young guys. Dude, did your son walk around saying that all the time?
What's that?
6'7"?
No.
Okay, you're spared. Oh my goodness. Ask him about it. Ask him what 6'7" is next time you see him.
Uh-oh.
It's this. So a professional athlete was asking like, "How tall are you?" And he was like, "Oh, 6'7". And then somehow that became something. It's like the Riz and like all these things that the culture says.
Got it.
Now 6'7" is the thing.
Yeah.
And my son walks around saying 6'7". And I heard coaches the other day, and I wanted to kick the guy in the nuts. He goes, "Let's go 6'7". And I was just like, I'm gonna walk over. Like, you are a grown man. You do not use these.
Okay, this is extremely off topic, which I know we can do.
That's fine.
The girls in the car yesterday, we were going down to downtown Cincinnati, and we were talking about something, and then they go, "It's giving this." I was like, "Wait, what?" I'm like, what do you mean it's giving? It was something about it's giving mom doesn't like this. I was like, what? What is giving this? Like, I know kids say this all the time. And then the other one that gets me all the time is it's a vibe.
Yes.
It's a vibe. What vibe is it giving? I need to know. It's a vibe. What's the vibe? Tell me what the vibe is.
So I'm
Are you
lounge-
mad? Is that the vibe? Are you
It's like-
sad? Is that the vibe?
That's the vibe.
What's the vibe?
Agreed. So I was laying in the back of my Pathfinder at one of the softball tournaments. I was like propped up on the back seat, just laying in the back, with the hatch open, just watching the game. It was raining out. And then the team walks in front of me and I hear, "Oh, Gabby's dad. That's a vibe." What does that mean? I'm just sitting there. I'm like watching her walk by. I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah. We're just old.
I know. So, but bro's coming back, so I'm happy with that. I know what that means. I know how to use it. But man, it's crazy. So, yeah, I don't remember where we were going with it, but good luck, Paul Macbeth, and retiring in 5 years and crossing that finish line at full speed.
Hopefully. I mean,
Maybe a little faster than full speed with the TRT and peptides.
like the Flash.
Isn't that like radioactive isotopes that the Flash has?
Something like that.
I think it's something like that. All right. No, it's the speed verse or something like that. That's a whole different drug. Let's not do that, Paul.
Yeah. The speed.
That's a home record.
That's a whole different way to get across the finish line.
He would be at full speed. He would be at full speed. All right. Anything thought-provoking or inspirational to leave us on? GP, we do this every week.
I don't have anything. It's been a long week. No, I don't have anything right now.
No. I got one.
Okay.
Save your belly button lint.
What are you doing with it?
I don't know.
Okay. That's
Just save
definitely thought provoking.
Yeah, save it. You never know.
Make a sweater out of it.
Well, that's what I'm talking. Well, like the thing that's curious to me is why do I not have holes right where my belly button is on my shirt? I mean, seriously, you have so much lint in your belly button. Where does it come from? Like, why do we not have holes right where our belly button is on our shirts?
That's a good question. Why is my belly button sucking in lint?
Exactly. It's like I get holes like in my crotch where my thighs rub together. I get holes on my armpit with shirts that I wear for so long.
Yeah.
Like if I bend over too fast, the butt splits out. Like I get holes everywhere, except for my belly button. But that's where I find the most lint. So there you go.
Not the lint traps. The
Not
belly
lint
button
traps. Belly buttons. All right. So save it. Do something with it. Maybe the largest belly button lint ball.
Yes.
People will come to see that.
Yes.
I would come to see it. Because usually it has little hairs in it too.
Oh, God.
See ya.